Objects in motion stay in motion as long as they win.
Kings fans, the second key tickets available for your Kings home games this past season. See the ticket booth for more information. We want your time at the arena to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you're having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, then please text the word Kings along with your issue and seat location to 55555. A member of our guest relations will respond and address your concern.
And a little glimpse, a little feel of basketball fever. These fans are feeling it in anticipation of this big game. Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the early on, Greg, the potential landscape of the NBA, very much open-ended.
An early win streak could really boost. The team's outlook, kind of define their direction. So I expect to see them keep the intensity up. So we should be in for a fun one.
And we all know what it means to MP in this team. To play well on the road, to win those close road games. MP's been quite vocal, in fact, about rising up in the face of big obstacles this season.
And what I like about MP, he's willing to put his reputation on the line to make something happen. He's not just sitting back waiting for things to develop. That would certainly be the easier route. Instead, he's put a stake in the ground, and that ground is away from home.
Now, look at Memphis's starting group. Williams is out there with Towns. Then there's Blunt. Then it's Dillingham. And it's Thunder in at the point. Sacramento shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And he makes the first. Second free throw, no good. Pass to Dillingham. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
From 8, Williams gets the bucket.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Pass to Coulibaly. Bridges kicks to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. And the double up on Antetokounmpo. Coulibaly, no good.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Bridges outside. Back to Love. Pass to Coulibaly. Off target from three-point range.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
The kick out to Williams. Towns sets the pick for Williams. Towns in the corner. Drills the three-pointer. Towns has got 5 points so far.
And drifting to the corner and finding some space. Towns. Can exploit any gap in a defense.
Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Just 2 to shoot. Bridges inside the three-point line. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Thunder passes to Blunt. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Towns for 3. That shot is off target. That makes him 2 for 3. Tipped away. To the middle. He doesn't hit that one. Good work defensively by Reeves. On the wing, Bridges. 9 points last game. In the corner, it's Coulibaly. Hits the three-point bomb. Coulibaly's got his second bucket tonight.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Bridges misses. Grizzlies have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8.
As athletic a move as you're going to see right there. Unreal.
How about the hang time on that thing? Wow. On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Here's Dillingham. Back to Towns. Another shot. Towns is doubled. Out to the wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Thunder. Rebound by the Kings. Now Coulibaly. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. The Grizzlies have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Reeves with the screen on Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. Offensive rebound. A wide open look for Love. A three-pointer is right on target.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Thunder in the last outing against the Clippers delivered in a major way. He added 18 points, and as usual, he orchestrated the offense with superb passing. A performance like that makes you hungry for more. We're looking to follow that up tonight. Guys?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance. Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
Grizzlies ball.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Yeah, and I think the perimeter game is what helped them in that one. Consistent from out beyond the arc.
Yeah, and what the heck were you supposed to do to stop him? Bucket after bucket from deep. Quite a showing.
Perkins is checked in for Sacramento. Here's Buffkin. Cans it from downtown.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Back to Perkins. from 12 feet out. Edey with the rebound. Grizzlies have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Here's Bufkin. Wide open shot is on the money. Bufkin's got it all tied up now for the Grizzlies. Perkins, the pass to Reeves. Back to Perkins. Lots of room. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
On the wing, Williams. Antetokounmpo defending. They get it back. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can. Grizzlies trail by 3. Walker out there with Rodman. And there's Perkins. And it's Love in at the 1. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Here's Rodman following the score by Memphis. Pass to Love. Outside, Perkins. Walker with his screen for Perkins. Bangs home the trifecta. Perkins got 8 points.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Pass to Love. Shakes him. Driving in. And Love throws it down.
He's just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop the train when he's coming in for the slam.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Sacramento.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Sacramento with the ball. Grizzlies making the shot. Takes the 3. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Love. And here's Walker. Shoots from the elbow. Perkins with the bucket. 10 points for him.
Well, you guys know I love analytics, but I still like the mid-range, especially when he's taking the shot.
Here's Dillingham. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Clippers. Pass to Rodman. Outside, Perkins. Over Dillingham. No good from Perkins.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Dillingham with it. Perkins on him. Rejected by Walker, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker. And some changes here for the Kings. Reeves is checked in, and it's Bridges in for Perkins. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That's foul number 2 for him.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
It's stolen by Rodman.
Well, that's what you want to do, but he didn't have the angle to get the pass in there.
Bridges for 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Towns has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Dillingham. The kick out to Towns. There's the 3. Good on the triple. Towns has got 6 in the quarter.
And how about the confidence right there? Towns feeling like he can shoot whenever and wherever he wants.
The drive by Love. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got his 6th rebound on the night. Dillingham, no good.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Pass to Rodman. Bridges, right side. Puts it up. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Memphis moving that ball around, and it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Memphis. On Monday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Houston Rockets. And then on Wednesday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic.
And for their matchup with Phoenix, it's going to be their 7th outing on the year. You feel the team will continue to round into form.
Dixon's checked in for Dillingham. Bridges outside. For the 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edey's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Towns. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Sacramento's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them.
Second team foul. Substitution for your Kings. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Coulibaly.
And here are the Kings now. Love dishes to Antetokounmpo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Second personal foul.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. So he comes up empty, missing both. Instead, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. And I love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of size and length, skill and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But the guy that combines the most of those things that I would take, Nikola Jokic.
Bringing that 3-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
With the break in the action, here is the 2K leaderboard to show us the league's best shooting teams last season. Number 1, the Grizzlies. The Kings in second.
The percentage each of these teams shot was just outstanding. I mean, that's a result of unselfishness and great offensive rhythm.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats for Love. Great showing for him last season. Last season, he averaged 20 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Yeah, you need someone who can organize that second unit and keep things moving along. A tremendous asset, highly valued by a coaching staff.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. Here's Antetokounmpo. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Releases. Out to Bridges. Reeves with the screen for Bridges. No good on the 3.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Sacramento making a switch here. Perkins is checked in, and Memphis also making a switch. Vassell's checked in. Bridges kicks to Antetokounmpo, launches it, and with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Bridges.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Coulibaly with it. He's got 8. And Bridges jams it in.
Unbelievable. You think of Bridges as understated, not that flashy, and then he does that.
Now, here's Vassell. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Clippers. From about 16, good. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
And that high release point really helps Vassell in that mid-range area.
Here's Perkins. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Kings lead by 1. Live from Golden One Center. You're watching 2K Sports.
And greetings from the 2K studios. Here at halftime, the Sacramento Kings in a tight game.
You look at the numbers, they're getting to the line over and over. Love the determination.
We've seen it before. They can wear an opponent out. Doing it again tonight. Okay, guys, now let's see what the fans are buzzing about over on social media. Hey, they love us on social media. For instance, this comment from Quello Halfcourt. Why don't all of you dress like Shaq?
Hey, Shaq, let me see your phone for a second.
Nope, can't do it. Everyone knows there's top G14 classification on here.
Shaq, we know that Quello is your burner account. No one out there is asking us to dress like you. Stop it.
And that's a halftime wrap.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Karl-Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Thunder is out there with Dillingham. Then it's Karl-Anthony Towns. Then it's Williams. And it's Blunt in at the 3 spot. Love. Rebound by Williams.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Pass to Thunder for the lead. There's a screen. Shot from the wing. Reeves with the rebound. Reeves has got 6 rebounds in the game. Inside, it's deflected. Down low, inside, Giannis drops it in.
And this is where you feed Giannis. The closer he is, the more dangerous he becomes.
Out that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Karl-Anthony Towns. Now here's Love. He's got 9. Down low. Goes back up. And it's laid in by Reeves. Reeves has got 10.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Love. Count it. Now it's a 5-point Kings lead.
Just good, aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
Outside Williams. Pass to Thunder. Here's Blunt. Lets it go with a three. The shot, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Love. Another miss by Love.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
And the basket by Thunder. Kings leading now by 3. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Pass to Reeves. Now Coulibaly. Clock at 4. Here's Love. Towns with the defensive effort.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Here's Dillingham. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Love outside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Coulibaly trying to break free. And he recovers it. Here's Reeves. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Reeves has got the lead up to 5 now for the Kings. Pass to Blunt. Fires the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Blunt's got 7.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Antetokounmpo against Williams. Here's Love. Here's Reeves. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Pass to Williams. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
Edey's checked in for the Grizzlies. So, Stan, you started in the NBA back in the mid-90s. How is coaching different from, say, now to back then?
Wow, Kevin, it's just so different and in so many ways. The players have gotten better. Bigger, faster, more skilled. There's more coaches on a staff. Strength coaches have increased in volume and in influence, so there's less practice. Everything now has to be done differently.
Everything is bigger, isn't it?
It really is. And the misconnection there.
The Grizzlies leading by 5. They've got Perkins. Ogden is out there with Walker. And it's Love in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen from Memphis?
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And another stat that they've excelled at is points off assists. They're moving the ball around and creating great looks for one another.
Thunder passes to Blunt. Rebound by the Kings. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Perkins with the bucket.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Here's Thunder after the Kings pick up 2. Outside Williams. Williams a screen. Wide open look. Blunt can't get it to go.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Bounce pass from Love. Walker with his screen for Perkins. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Thunder passes to Williams. The kick out to Towns. Here's Blunt. It's hauled in by the Kings. Rodman's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To take the lead. Knocks down the 3-ball. We can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Yeah, no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
Thunder. Towns down low. Working on Walker. Towns with the bucket. Towns has got 21.
And how about the game from Towns? The combination of that height and shooting, probably unmatched in the NBA.
Now here's Love. Outside, Perkins. Shoots it. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Drives to the hoop. Nobody near Williams. Good on the 3-point shot. And now a 4-point Grizzly lead.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Mikal Bridges checked in for the Kings. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Brian Keefe talked to his team during the break. He's not pleased with the perimeter game on both sides of the ball. He told his guys, we aren't working hard enough out there. We need to shut down the perimeter on defense, and on offense, we have to focus from good to great. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Sacramento with the ball. Following the score by Memphis. And they get it. And here's Love for 3, and Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light. Might want to rethink that.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Now here's Love. 3-pointer. Connects from 3-point range.
Well, he's been more confident shooting it since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
Towns, no luck. And Love's got the ball here for the Sacramento Kings. It's a 5-point game. To the inside. And Towns throws it down.
And look at the explosion from the big fella. Towns' game oozes athleticism.
Bridges deciding where to go with it. Pass to Rodman. Here's Love. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Dillingham with it. Walker with the rebound.
Well, this is certainly not the game he was hoping for offensively, but they've been able to find points as a team even without his contributions.
He is cold-blooded, drops the dagger, piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Here's Bridges after Memphis gets the 3. Love outside. Again, the miss by the Kings.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
Towns, a screen on Love. And it's Thunder missing. The Kings trail by 10. To the paint. And Love with the basket on the assist from Bridges. Bridges has got 5 assists in the game. To the wing on the left. Outside Williams. Poke loose. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Some changes for Sacramento. Reeves is checked in. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for Rodman. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Thunder. And here is Williams. Antetokounmpo defending. Towns, no luck. The Kings have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the 4th quarter. Here's Bridges. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
Nimble inside play by Bridges, working his way to a close-range shot.
Williams outside. Good, and the assist goes to town. 15 points here for Jalen Williams.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been
Now here's Giannis. Williams with the steal. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Dillingham wide open, and he fires. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
defensively. They just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Love kicks to Giannis. Bridges, no one around him. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Thunder passes to Blunt. Here's Thunder. He's defended by Coulibaly. Picked by Williams. Here's Thunder. No good with the triple.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another three to fall.
The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around, and it's off from three-point range. Blunt passes to Williams. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game, and so two things happened that drove me into coaching. Number one, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. Williams can't get it to go. The Kings trail by 15. On the wing, Coulibaly. Love outside. Takes it off the glass. Love's got 12 points here in the second half.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his way.
Here's Thunder. Pass to Blunt. Lets it go from deep. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Giannis has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. To the middle.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
The first free throw is good.
For two.
So he gets them both. The Grizzlies call timeout. Here's Thunder. He's guarded by Love. Pass to Thunder. Williams, a screen on Love. Thunder. The three-pointer, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
1:07 left to play here in the fourth.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Memphis.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And ever when important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Karl Anthony Towns.
Well, you know, his work on the glass was a key factor. helping to turn the tide as far as the possession game, and so often that's the difference.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Shooting for Sacramento.
Both free throws good from Love. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Here's Perkins. Lays it up off the glass. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Well, this one is winding down now. Memphis can watch the clock run out. Manton the pass to Thunder. Now Williams. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that.
Another game, another win. Back to work tomorrow.